This is the second set of drawers that I have for my makeup. It's right next to the set of drawers that I have for things like clay, my pens, pencils, all my art stuff. If you want to see that, I do have a video on my second channel, which I will link here if you want to see that. But this is the set of drawers that I have for my makeup. I've got all my lashes. These are kind of the DIY lashes that I've made. I have some which look like ferns, which I'm hoping to use for a kind of nature fairy inspired look at some point, but I need to wait a while before I do that. Glue dots, of course. And then some of the eBay lashes, which I really like. Yeah, they're just good, cheap, and things like this are just, they're really good lashes to have, so I like these. Yeah, so that's those. And then I have a second, actually I have a few pairs back here as well, so yeah, I've always got a few of those over here. So this is the drawer that I have for kind of spare lashes and experimental lashes. This is the drawer that I have for all my face painting stuff. You've all seen me use this in my hand art series of videos. Palette for mixing. Yeah, and these I got in Covent Garden at, what's it called, Charles Fox. And I'm saving these for, well, actually no, I'm not saving these, I've used these before. This one I'm keeping for a video that I'd like to do in collaboration with my sister in the next few months. There's a whole series that we're planning on doing, but yeah, can't wait to use that one. And then some UV coloured ones, which I'm hoping to use for a kind of, what's it called, cyberpunk look, but I need to wait. I'm going to try and get Sylvia Ville to make me some dreadlocks for that, but we'll see how that goes. Over here I just keep my ears, and I know this is probably one of the weirder drawers, but yeah, for gluttony I'd actually been thinking of having pig ears, but then in the end I decided not to, so I'm going to keep this for another look. Elf ears, though, these are my favourite ones because I've used them a few times now. They just slot over and then you cover the edges with latex to hide the edges, and they're definitely kind of the more practical ones I've ever found. These I bought for a Gollum look I attempted ages ago and they didn't work out, but I'm hoping that at some point these will come in useful because I'm not chucking them, that's just not happening. And then some Goblin Ears, though I don't like these because they tend to cover the kind of ear hole, and it makes it just, I don't know, it doesn't look as realistic, and it makes it a bit uncomfortable for the person who's wearing them because your hearing's obviously a little bit impaired, and just, ugh, nah. If I do use these, what I'll probably do is I'll cut them a little bit so that whoever's wearing them can hear them, because it's just, I don't like it. It doesn't look realistic and it's uncomfortable for who's wearing it. So yeah, this is my prosthetic straw. This is my bits and bobs drawer. It tends to be things that don't really have another place or just don't have a specific drawer for them. Yeah, it's these I used for, I think it was a masquerade video. Oh no, it was a Day of the Dead. I bought these a while back to use for that, and there's a few other videos I'm saving these for. But again, those are going to be a kind of collaboration with my sister, so I'm keeping those. And these aren't drugs, before people get funny about that. These are for attaching the vampire teeth. I always have a few of these because around Halloween I tend to go through them like crazy, so that's those. And actually, I don't know why I have this in here because I really did. Oh, that's it. I wanted to review this because I hated it. It was terrible. But yeah, that's in this drawer. And this is my random accessories drawer, and this one is an absolute mess. But it's organised chaos. I'm sticking to that theory. It's powder puff when I'm doing people's makeup. I have another one for my drawings because it's really good for when you're drawing. You can tuck your fingers here and then be drawing, and it makes sure that these fingers don't scuff what you're working on. It's a kind of similar thing for when you're doing someone's makeup. If you just have your hands here and then you're doing the makeup, it means that you don't scuff the person's makeup. And also it's a little bit more comfortable for the person you're working on, because sometimes it's a bit odd to have someone's face kind of, not their face, someone's hand pressed against their face, so it just makes it a bit easier for everyone. Primers, brushes, eyelash glue, I've got quite a few of these around. Yeah, sponges, primers, these I'm keeping for a geisha look I want to do, but I'm trying to find makeup and brushes which are authentic to the original makeup brushes that they would have worn as possible. So that's kind of a long, slow process, but I'm getting there. This is my eye dust, eyeliner, mascara, all that kind of stuff. I have one brown mascara and one black mascara. It's the only thing I really tend to use in terms of mascara, because I hate mascara and I never really tend to wear it on myself, so I don't have many. And also for mascaras, I prefer to use, if I'm doing someone else's makeup, I prefer to use the mascara that they're used to. It means that it's just a lot more hygienic, and it means that I don't have to go through so many what's it called, mascara brushes that way, because otherwise mascara just tends to get a little bit wasted, so I prefer to do that. I have the Kiko cream shadow sticks, which are fantastic. Yeah, I have tons of the Barry M Dazzle Dust, which I absolutely love. The only problem is that they seem to have discontinued a ton of them, which I was heartbroken about because I love them. But on the plus side, I've got tons of Sugar Pill, and Sugar Pill are fantastic. Yeah, there's a few of Sugar Pill I don't have in here. I think I'm keeping them on the side to review. Here I do have a few things which are discontinued, but that's because I use them a lot for when I'm doing other people's makeup. Like this colour I love for doing other people's makeup. It's a kind of, actually I'll see if I can show you. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting how creamy that is. Yeah, it's called Gold Rush, but I think this company, Facefront, kind of went bust. But look, I'll show you how just beautiful that colour is. Oh, it's a lovely colour. I love this one. I like using it as a highlighter quite a lot, so yeah. That one I do keep, but I don't use that one in my videos at all. I mainly use that for shoots and things like that. Eyeliners, most of them again from Barry M. I love these eyeliners, this brand. What's it called? Bold Black Waterproof Pencil. It's just, I've been through 2 or 3 of these, I think. And I have all their other colours like purple, gold, bronze. They're just fantastic eyeliners. And they're really affordable as well, which is great. In here I keep bronzers, highlighters, and what's it called? Contact lenses. These are the Scelera black contact lenses. These are the Scelera black contact lenses that I've used in quite a few of my videos. I have some red ones which I haven't used quite yet, some green ones which I think I'm saving for Mother Gothel, and then a few which are for Halloween. This is mainly stuff that I use for myself in the summer. I absolutely love it. It's the Lily Lolo foundation, it's the mineral one, and my colour is China Doll, and it's fantastic. There's also some of the green, what's it called, Corrector Lily Lolo powder. I really want to do a video in the summer all about makeup that's really good for heat, because I find that powders are better for that kind of thing. But there's a whole load of tricks and tips for hot weather, but I'm kind of waiting until the weather warms up a little bit, or if I go on holiday somewhere I can film it really nicely. But yeah, this is mainly my stuff. I don't really tend to use that in my videos or on anyone else. I've never used it on anyone else actually. And the e.l.f. High Definition Powder, you've all seen me use this, I love it. And this one I won a while back, and this is what I use on shoots. I prefer to keep this one for my videos and this one if I'm doing someone else's makeup, because it's not the kind of thing I want to use in the videos, because personally I find that it's just as good as the e.l.f. High Definition, and the price difference is huge. So I'd rather recommend something which I think is just a bit more better value for money. So I recommend this one in my videos, and I use this on when I'm doing people's actual makeup. In here, this is just kind of tons of bits and bobs. This I use for special effects, for getting interesting texture. It's just one of those cheap kind of sponges that you can get in a supermarket, but they leave really interesting textures on the skin. It's great for special effects. And on the same note, there's these different sponges. I got these at iMats, and they're really good for kind of you know when you hit your skin and you get that kind of really horrible veiny texture in your skin? That's what these are for. It's fantastic for that. Oh, my favourite stuff, Rigid Collodion. You've seen me use this on my Dragon Slayer video and in a few others. It's really good for making scars in the skin. Wrinkle Stipple, which is a very similar technique to what I used for my recent burn video, and I should use this soon. I do need to use this for the old Mother Gothel look, and possibly for the Evil Witch from Snow White look. This is my special effects drawer, and this has all my special effects palettes, some of the hair that I use for things like beards and stuff. Yeah, the Fake Blood. I think you saw me use this in the Wrath video, which is just, oh, it's an amazing product. I love it. My palettes, I have This one, which as you can see I've used a fair bit and I need to clean it actually. It's got a second layer underneath for lots of different skin tones. Then I have my Krylon palette, and this one actually is alcohol activated, which is great if you're doing things like underwater shoots, if you're trying to do the look of tattoos. I haven't gotten to use it as much as I would like, but it's one of those things that when you do end up needing it, you need it a lot. And I think it's very similar to the Skin Illustrates palettes, though I don't have one, so I can't do a comparison. And then we have the Super Colour, which is the one that I use the most, especially for my special effects. You've seen me use this in the maggot wound video and tons of other disgusting looking videos. I prefer using this one for things like wounds and stuff like that because it's got more of an oily texture and it's not the kind of thing that I like to have on my face very much. So I keep this for things like wounds on the shoulders, body, arm, all that kind of stuff. And this colour, it's perfect for anything that looks remotely pussy. So yeah, this is my favourite special effects palette. In here we just have bits and bobs. I have some of the special effects nails that I made. I have the nails that I made for Sloth, Wrath, Greed, yeah, all the kind of nails that I made for various looks. These are the nail art brushes that I keep for my special effects looks. I like to keep the ones which I use for normal makeup and special effects separate. More creep hair for beards and stuff like that. And then also some tools for making kind of, what's it called? When you get mesh and you sew the beard on. I haven't learned how to do it properly yet. I have been trying, but I haven't managed to master that technique yet. But when I do, hopefully I'll be able to make a tutorial with it. Yeah, so that's that drawer. Then down here we have my foundation drawer. I have my Graftobian cream, actually what are these? I think they're concealers or foundations. High definition glamour cream. I've done a review of these on my blog. They're fantastic, but my absolute favourite in terms of concealer and kind of heavier foundation is the Ben Nye, what's it called? Media Pro Sheer Foundation. I haven't done a tutorial on that, but this stuff is incredible. I mean, if Graftobian is like a 4.5, Ben Nye is a solid 5 stars. It's fantastic. I love it. And also the lip colours are beautiful, though what I like to do is I like mixing these in with a foundation to make more of a cream blush. And yeah, I used this on my friend recently for her makeup for her wedding, and it just, oh, it looked so good. I was so pleased with how it looked. And then back here I have the different foundations that I use for jobs. I don't like getting those massive palettes that have tons of different colours because there will always be one skin tone that you don't have a colour of. And also you spend an incredible amount of money and end up having shades that you don't use as much. For me it makes a lot more sense to just get kind of 2 of the palest colours, a middle colour and then 2 of the darker shades, and then mix and match it depending on who you're working with. It's more kind of cost efficient and you don't end up wasting products, so that's what I do. And I love the colours from Inglot. And again, this I used on my friend recently. For her skin tone I ended up mixing, it was kind of 2 squirts of this and then 1 squirt of this one to get her exact skin tone. And yeah, I really love this stuff. It's so beautiful for bridal. I love it. And then of course my favourite BB creams. I have the Skin 79, the pink one, the gold one, and then this one is also a BB cream, but it's very heavy. It's for kind of people who have severe acne and stuff that needs serious coverage. I don't tend to use it often, but when I do it's a lifesaver. I don't like using it near the eyes. It's a bit too cakey to use near the eyes, and I don't like that cakey look. Because you don't seem to be able to get away with it near the eyes. The rest of the face you can, but for me I can't near the eyes. So yeah, I like this one for when I have any kind of serious acne or when I'm working on someone who's got younger skin, and I don't like putting a ton of foundation on people who've got young skin. I don't like putting a ton of foundation anyhow, but yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I'd use for someone who's got severe acne. The only problem though is with all BB creams is that they only suit people who are very pale. So if you have tan skin or dark skin tones, it's going to be very hard to find a BB cream that suits you. But this is what I use for myself mainly. and this one's just empty. Normally what I do when I'm filming a look is I take out one of the empty drawers. I have an empty one down here which is in the living room actually. This is just art stuff, so yeah. But the last drawer, what I normally do is when I'm filming a look, I pick out everything I need, I pop it in the drawer, I take it over to the living room to film, and then it means that I don't have stuff lying around. When I'm done, I can just pop it all back in the drawer, sit down here and reorganise everything, and it just means everything's a lot neater. So that is my special effects, not special effects, that is my makeup collection video. I hope you liked it. And yeah, some of the stuff I have done a review of on my blog, especially the Graphotobian creams. So yeah, there's a link to that on my blog, or just go on my blog and have a look through it. If there's anything in that you'd like me to review, let me know, because I don't always know what exactly you guys would like me to review. So if there was anything there that piqued your interest, have a look on my blog, and if it's not there, leave me a request and I'll get around to reviewing them. But other than that, I hope you liked my video. I might do a video on my favourite makeup brushes at some point, because I have a different set of brushes. I have brushes which I use for jobs, and then I have brushes which I use for myself. I like to keep them separate. That way there isn't the chance that I might have used a brush for myself and then it's not ready and clean for a job. So that way it makes it a lot easier for me. And it's nicer to have the two things separate. But anyway, that was the video. I hope you liked it, and I'll have a new video for you next week.